Hi, I'm Downing. I just wanted to share a little bit of a comparison of what I have experienced throughout my life in other churches and this church, and then just some of the things that this church does that just like really inspire me and make me feel validated and heard and supported. Growing up, I was 50% in one home and 50% in the other because my parents divorced when I was younger. That translated to my church life where I would be 50% in one, 50% in the other. I felt like because I was 50% at the church, I only got 50% from the church on both sides. I felt like there were a lot of other kids that were getting different treatment and different support and compassion shown to them when I couldn't control where I was or how frequently I was there. I just never felt like I got 100% from anybody. When I came to Elizabethtown, I was very nervous because my family is in Tennessee and I visit them as frequently as possible, especially this year. I carried with me the trauma of never getting 100% from a church because I wasn't giving 100% to a church. Even though it was out of my control, it's just the truth. So I started coming to Elizabethtown Presbyterian, and I was like, I cannot give them 100%. And there was a lot of trauma and insecurity that came along with that. But that didn't matter. Once I started coming to this church, and I came and I wasn't there, and then I was there, and then I wasn't there because I've been so back and forth. My family has had a lot of big events happen this year that I've been gone for. I've traveled a lot this year. It didn't matter how much I showed up at church. I got 100% from all of you every single time I was here. And I'm so grateful for that. That healed like a part of me that I didn't even know needed healing until I felt it healing, and I was like, wow. And I just can't thank you guys enough for making me feel so loved and supported regardless of where I was or what I was doing. I've always felt like I was immediately accepted and at whatever percentage I could attend church. Another thing that I want to bring up is that I think that oftentimes we are taught to be compassionate and empathetic people as Christians. I don't think that translates into people's actions a lot of the time. That is one of the things that I have always said is like my gift from God, is that I'm a very compassionate, very empathetic person. And I've never seen that really shown in a way that I could say that's it right there. That's the empathy. That's the endless, boundless love and empathy and compassion that God has intended for us to give. When I came to this church, I went to a VIP meeting one Friday meeting. It's a lunch where we, fellowship and all that good stuff. And I don't like to call it a meeting. But I had been carrying a lot of heavy stuff. And without even knowing, the women that were at this meeting, lunch, started talking about the things that I had been carrying. And started talking about them in a way that I could relate to, and that I could say, that's exactly how I feel. That's what's happening inside of me. And it overcame me. Like I couldn't even speak on it. Like they had hit the nail on the head so much that if I had spoken, I'd have been crying right there in the middle of the Cracker Barrel, and nobody needed that. And so that was just the first time that I was like, that's that empathy that I can tell that they had for people. What I could tell that they were talking about the things in such a compassionate and empathetic way. And I was like, that's what I've been missing. And then there have been so many other times that I've witnessed that compassion. Another notable time was when the fires in Hawaii happened. And Chelsea prayed one of the most beautiful prayers I've ever heard. And it hit me again, just like deep down in my soul. I was like, oh my God, like this is where I'm supposed to be. These people feel the things that I feel, and they show the things that I show, and like the empathy and the compassion and the love that I've been looking for, that my God tells me I'm supposed to have. These people got it. I was like so excited. And I cried, of course, because I'm a crier. That's why I'm recording this and not saying it in front of you, because I didn't want to cry in front of all of you and make everybody feel weird. But there have just been so many times with like the creation team and saying, we don't just have compassion for other people. We don't just have compassion for other Christians. We have compassion for everything and everyone. Animals, wild, like everything. All of creation. Like that's what I've been missing. And I cannot thank you guys enough for the support that I've felt. It seems like no matter where I am or where I'm going or what I'm doing, you guys are always like adding me on Facebook to find me and see what I'm going through and what I'm doing. And when I'm at church, I feel like you're always interested, and everybody has something to say, and everybody says hello, and I'm just so thankful. And I cannot say thank you enough for everything that you guys have taught me and made me feel validated in. I just am so grateful. So thank you guys. And everybody give Kat a hug or a pat on the back today, because she was the reason I ended up here. And I cannot thank her enough for that either.